Hi guys, good evening. There's a change in the UK. The new government has come under the leadership of the Labour Party. Keir Starmer has taken up the role of the Prime Minister. He's taken up the Prime Minister designation. Well, gentlemen, so a lot of questions are popping out. What this means for the international students? But let me give you a small context. What exactly happened? The last 12 years. Well, the defeat of Mr. Rishi Sunak, the Conservative Liberal Democrats, that party faced literally a rout technically. It's faced this kind of rout never before after its establishment in 1940s. And this comes after their very bad governance from 2012 till 2024. That's 12 years of misgovernance, you might say. But this, in fact, I could say, with a sort of audacity, because it's seen 12 years have seen literally the change of four prime ministers and finally ending with Rishi Sunak, starting with David Cameron, next Theresa May, and then we have Boris Johnson handling the COVID pandemic. Then finally, for a week's time, we had the Liz Truss. That's a disaster for UK and its perception across the world. And finally, yes, there was some kind of stability that Rishi tried to work around, but it was too late. The people have taken completely a sort of distaste in this kind of governance by the Conservative Party. They have completely, gone off the track. Their perception towards this party has gone off the tracks completely. So finally, it was a rout, and never before in the history of the Britain politics, a party was routed so badly. Out of 650 seats, 412 were won by Labour, and just 120 plus 72 going to Liberal Democrats. It's a 190 for the opposition, you might say that, which means a super stability government is in place presently under Keir Starmer. So what exactly this means for international students, and what this means for migration possibly? Well, I can tell you this possibly can mean this. One, a strong government will certainly focus on a very solid employment creation, and this is highlighted by the Labour in their manifesto. Their first objective will be to create wealth across the country and for all the sections, which means, as I said, employment creation will be a topmost priority for this government. So that's good news, for everybody. And second, Britain has been facing historically the problem of the influx of the migrants, especially the illegal migrants from Europe coming across the English Channel by boats. And this was never seriously stopped by the Conservatives. But Labour, in fact, has got a clear policy. They'll use all the available forces to stop those boats, and therefore the illegal immigration will be reduced drastically, which means UK can heave a sigh of relief. That's number two. Boats will definitely be reduced. And number three, yes, as I said, which that will certainly lead to the downing of the illegal migration, which is going to be a super news for all the Britons, because at this point of time they are really struggling with adjusting with the newcomers on a daily basis, which is not good for any country. And number four, a strong government means the street violence and the crime. This is mostly because of the illegal migrants will also in fact come down drastically. That's a super advantage. And then a government which has got a full majority and the prime minister has got full hold of the government will certainly in fact administer very strong and robust governance, which means all the institutions will function to perfection, which is again a piece of good news for the UK economy. And then a strong government. Well, UK traditionally has got a lot of corruption, but this government with that sterling numbers will certainly try to reduce the corruption even, which is again a piece of great news for the UK. And then coming finally to the students' point, in fact, Labour is trying to mend its fences with India, because long ago Labour banned Narendra Modi, but then the Conservatives have revoked that ban, and they have since then had great relation with India. And I don't see in this changed international order the UK government will have the guts to have no relations with India or reduce relations with India. So that is not going to happen. And also on record, I might say a lot of Indians this time, highest number of Indians have been selected to the UK Parliament. So which means India will certainly have its say in the UK politics. which eventually is going to have happy ties with UK and the Indian government. So, guys, not many changes you can expect on this government towards international students. Yes, the visa left-right sanctions might be affected in the sense merit students, will have a seamless process. Good students will have seamless process, and all the top-end courses will have seamless process. Yes, there can be certain laws like in English being made mandatory, but then that's pure speculation. And then they might also start tracking down offense with at this point of time, it's not tracked sufficiently. Uh, Apart from these two or three, I mean, they might just try to make sure that the visa process is not discredited because of lapses in the security checks. Other than this, I personally do not see any sort of serious clampdown on the visas for international students. It will most likely it will continue to be as it was previously. So international students, because of the changed government and the growth in the economy, might see better opportunities, better earnings, basically better rules, to make sure that they're not exploited by the employers or there by the unscrupulous employers or there. So over and out, and broadly speaking, UK might become a better place for international students, might become a better place for everybody who's going to, planning to settle in the UK. So I think labor is something, a great thing to happen to UK. It's definitely a great thing. So guys, do not worry. We'll keep you posted about the latest things, any changes or any changes likely or on the ground what the situation is. We'll keep posting regularly. Thank you. And for further information on UK, the visas or else how the local conditions are, very local references you want, etc., etc., you can keep talking to Team Oaks. Thank you very much.